What is vocal fry? Is it the worst thing that's ever happened to American speakers? According to a lot of people on the internet, it is. For you to properly understand the problems of vocal fry, I want to explain what it is first. The way that you create sound when you speak is fairly simple. You take a breath in, your diaphragm, which is below your lungs, pulls down and it brings air into your lungs. As your diaphragm pulls up, it releases air back up through your larynx. Your larynx is the home-ish of your vocal cords, so to speak. And as the air passes through your larynx and your vocal cords come together, the air passes through, and it creates sound as it vibrates your vocal cords. What happens when you speak on vocal fry is that you have too little air pressure coming through your vocal cords for how much pressure there is bringing them together. So the sound is released as kind of pops or growls. The funny thing about vocal fry is that almost everyone does it. And I'm not even talking about just English speakers. It's really a fairly present sound that a lot of humans make. The reason that we use it, usually, is because we're feeling slightly lazy, unfortunately. Not to be judgmental, we all kind of feel that way some of the time, but it is kind of a lazy way to speak. It's because the air is not being pushed through your vocal cords at the speed that it needs to in order to create the sound that you want. To answer the question as to whether or not vocal fry is inherently bad, we need to look at some of the research that's been done on vocal fry. Some of the research has proven that when people listen to those who speak on vocal fry, they are judged to be less trustworthy, less competent, less attractive, and less hireable than those who speak less on vocal fry. A lot of people will talk about the issues of vocal fry being related to the fact that the youth of America are adapting this horrible habit and it makes them sound stupid and blah blah blah, which is technically a problem, although I think doesn't really draw attention to the fact that it's not just the youth of America that are talking on vocal fry. A lot of people talk on vocal fry. So what is it about it that even as a human being who would use vocal fry on the regular makes me point a finger at someone else who is using it and say, you are unintelligent, you are not hireable? It's something, and I think I know what it is. My hypothesis about why people don't like listening to vocal fry is simply because we don't understand what people are saying when they speak on vocal fry. It's simply an issue of not being able to understand the words that are coming out of their mouth. When someone is talking like this a lot, and I know everyone knows somebody that uses vocal fry a lot, it becomes increasingly more difficult to actually distinguish the words that are coming out of their mouth, which in turn is extremely frustrating for the listener. In the United States, we have a culture that's oriented towards the deliverer of the information and not the receiver. What this means is that if you are talking to someone, the burden of explanation relies on you as the speaker and not the listener to interpret what's actually being said. If there is a miscommunication in that dialogue, it is your fault as the deliverer of that information. So not only does the cultural onus lie on your shoulders as the speaker, but if you are speaking to someone or a group of people and they don't understand what you're saying, social pressure dictates that they will not tell you that they can't understand you. They don't want to be rude. They don't want to say, I'm sorry, what? Because it's awkward. People aren't going to do it. And why is it hard to understand the words that someone is saying when they speak on vocal fry? It's because the top pitches of your voice are left out when you speak on vocal fry. In those higher pitches is where a lot of the nuance of our language comes from. Of course, we do have lower sounds, but that's only a very small portion of what the actual sound is. If you're sitting maybe 2 feet away from someone and you're having a fairly quiet conversation in a quiet environment, if you speak on vocal fry, they'll probably be able to understand you without much effort. But beyond that circumstance, especially if you are talking to someone on the phone, that is no longer the case. The reality of living in this digital age means that your voice will become compressed data when you talk on the phone or over video calls. The sound is less nuanced, and what that means is that if you are speaking on vocal fry, the dynamisy in your pitch and in your phonemes, which are the sound variances, goes away. You speak like this. And while in person this may be tolerable and even understandable, especially on the phone, you can't understand it. Imagine listening to me speak that last phrase on vocal fry over the phone. You wouldn't have the benefit of being able to watch my mouth and my face for context. While speaking to someone on the phone, if you had to listen to that and try to process without those extra benefits, you would get frustrated extremely quickly. And if you really think about it, why would you want to put someone through extra work to understand the content of the things you're trying to say to them? With all these challenges, it's easy to understand why, when they do research, people cite those that speak on vocal fry as less intelligent, less competent, less attractive, and less hireable. And this isn't me saying this. My conclusion is not that people who speak on vocal fry are bad, but simply that we deem them to be unintelligent because we can't understand what they're saying. The reality is, speaking on vocal fry leaves your audience frustrated, with only negative memories to draw upon when remembering your interaction. If you're someone who thinks you might have a problem with vocal fry, I can teach you how to fix it. The next video will be about the 3 ways that you can actively remove vocal fry from your speaking voice. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next.